What's up everybody? Dr. Vince Leone here. Welcome back to the show. Dr. Vince Presents episode 31, and this is how to improve the quality of your digital marketing leads. We'd all like that, right? So we're not chasing them all around, trying to get them into the office. So before we dive in, please hit the subscribe button so you'll be notified when new episodes come up. Also, got a cool free new training at chiropracticconsulting.co. Go ahead and check that out. That is what I call the 5 practice profit accelerators, and it's a quick it's not even quick, it's 30-minute video training on 5 different profit accelerators that you can discover in your practice. Check that out. Okay, you ready? Let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into the material here. Today's episode, how to improve the quality of your digital marketing leads. And first of all, why are the quality of the leads so bad? Well, for a couple of reasons. One, people are highly distracted on the internet. They have so much going on, they're probably not even supposed to be on the internet, they're supposed to be working, so they're highly distracted. Next, most doctors are using Facebook ads, right? And so I'm not a huge fan of Facebook ads for one reason, is because it's push marketing. In other words, these people aren't looking for our services. They're just on their feed showing pictures of a latest vacation, whatever they're doing there, but they're not searching for us, okay? And so our ad pops up and they say, oh, maybe I'll check this out, and then they'll put in their name and email and then promptly forget about you. So I prefer pull advertising, which is typically through Google AdWords, okay? So this is where we're gonna put in keywords, specifically long tail keywords, so when people are looking for our services, our ads pop up and then they drive them to a website. So that's the first thing, that's why the leads are so bad. So let's go ahead and move on. Okay, and a question I get a lot is, what is a good conversion ratio? In other words, if I get 20 leads, how many of those should make an appointment and how many should I sign up? Well, this depends on the type of practice you do. If you're doing niche type stuff or niche type stuff where you're charging more for your services and it's more cash based, like neuropathy or laser or decompression or functional medicine, those types of things, I typically shoot for, to be very conservative, if you get 20 leads, 50% should make an appointment, and then you should close 50% into care plans. So if you get 20 leads, that would be 5 new patients. So now these numbers work out, right? So say you spend $5,000 in Google AdWords or whatever you're running, and your case fees are $5,000. Well, you spend $5,000, you get 20 leads, and 5 end up becoming patients. So you have $25,000 in revenue, you spent 5, pretty darn good ratio, right? 5 to 1. So that's a good conversion ratio. I like for the phone call, like when they call, the call to consult ratio, I like to see a minimum 50%. So that takes, we'll go into this in just a bit, but some training on staff part so that they make sure that this patient knows they're calling the right place, right? Now, a good staff member can bring it up to around 75% if they're really good on the phone. But safe, 50-50, okay? Now, if you're just doing straight chiropractic care and you're using insurance and that type of stuff, this number, the second number, should probably be more like 75% in terms of you signing patients up for care, all right? So that's conversion. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, the next critical thing in improving the quality of your digital marketing leads is the congruency between the ad and your landing page or your website, wherever you're driving them. So, ad to landing page. So first of all, it needs to be condition specific. The, $27, you get an exam and a consultation and x-rays and an adjustment and a massage and chicken soup. It's like that type of thing. It does not create a very high quality patient, guys. It's kind of the tire kickers and the ones that are just kind of looking for a deal. So you can do it, but you're gonna be spending a lot of time chasing leads, and you're gonna be spending a lot of time doing evaluations with people that are probably not going to continue with care. So I recommend condition-specific ads. So knee pain, sciatica, Neck pain, I would do chronic neck pain or arthritic neck pain, pain down the arms, like condition specific, so that when people see the ad, they're like, oh man, that is me. Carpal tunnel, migraine headaches, and then we're gonna drive them from a condition specific ad to a condition specific landing page, okay? And then that landing page is gonna be in a direct response format or education-based marketing, where when they go to the page, it is going to say, hey, this is the condition. These are the typical signs and symptoms. These are the typical causes. These are the typical treatments. And then this is what we do. And this is why it's so awesome and why you should, call or sign up today. Because that way they are learning from you about their condition from a doctor. And this does two things. It's going to create a pre-motivated patient because they see you as the expert, and then a pre-educated patient, so they're going to be more likely to do business with you, okay? It also disqualifies patients, right? So if they go to your site and they don't have that condition and it's caused by something else, then they're not going to be calling your office and setting up an appointment, which is great because you're not going to be wasting time with them, right? You want people in front of you that you can help, that are pre-motivated and pre-educated to work with you. Okay, very, very important. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next step in creating a higher quality digital marketing patient prospect for your office. Okay, now once they are pre-motivated and pre-educated based on our ad to our landing page, they read all about what we do and how we do it and blah, blah, blah. Now, what type of action do we want to drive the patient to do? So I put these in order. So ideally, we want them to pick up the phone and call us, okay? And the reason why we want that is because it starts the conversation with our office. We start to be able to build that relationship, and we're gonna have the best opportunity to actually create a consultation, okay? And so ideally, we want them to pick up the phone and make a call. Second, in terms of priority, we want them to make an online appointment. So you'd obviously have to have the technology on your website, and there's tons of services out there that can do it. Your website company probably offers this. You could put a link in and use a service like Schedulicity or something like that. But it's nice to have that as an option because they're going to make an appointment, right? So they've learned enough and are pre-motivated and educated enough to go ahead and take that action. That's good too. This is the web form. They're going to fill out a web form to be contacted. That's the lowest form, and the reason why is because now we have to go after them, right? We have to call them, we have to email them. Maybe we're going to get them, maybe we're not, and it just creates more work on the staff's part, right? And so they're chasing down leads, and this is not ideal. So first priority or first action that we would like patients to take, the phone call, give our office a call. Then, if they don't do that, we'd like to have an online appointment made, and then finally a web form. So you can structure that on your website, right? Prominent phone number. Hey, do this, or we can do this. Last resort, we do this. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. Okay, guys, moving into the final stage of building a better quality patient prospect from your digital marketing is the phone call. So for our number one action that we want the patient to take is to drive a phone call, then first we have to start training our staff, man. They have got to be ready for those calls because if you're spending money on marketing, then every call is a certain cost. And for these higher value niches, they're usually about $100. And that's that may sound like a lot, especially when a lot of digital marketers are saying, I'm getting leads for $3. It's just like, well, what the hell's that lead worth? Not much, because they never come into the office. But when you get a lead that's of high quality, and if you spend $100 on it, they're typically going to show up because you've done the work, right? So we got to train our staff. We have to train. We have to role play. We have to go through all the common questions and objections they're going to get to making an appointment, right? So give them a script. They got to have a script. They have to have something. Don't make them stumble and bumble through the phone call. Like, give them something to go off of. Lead the patient down a path so that they can hone their skills. They can get better at something. And it's not gonna be like they're not gonna sound like a robot, because once they get better and better, it's gonna just come naturally to them. But you have to start from something, okay? And then your staff member has to be as educated about the condition that you're treating as you are, okay? Because they're gonna get questions. What does this treatment do? Like, how long has it been around? Like, is the doctor any good at it? Like, what's your success rate? What is it? They're going to be asking your staff member questions, and yes, they can say, that's really a question for the doctor, and that's what he's gonna address in your consultation. But if it is a commonly asked question, and you can educate your staff on how to answer it properly, it takes one more thing, like another domino falling in the right direction, okay? So in one direction, it's a good direction, right? They're falling into more confidence in the office versus more skepticism in the office, okay? So get them educated, track your stats. If you're gonna be spending money on marketing, goodness sakes, we wanna know, hey, if 10 people call, how many people make an appointment? Get a spreadsheet, have them put down notes for every call that came in, because if you don't track it, if they got 5 calls in the morning and they only set up 1, you think they're gonna tell you that? No. So what you track and focus on grows and improves, okay? So you gotta track your stats. And then finally, build ATR, what I call authority, trust, and rapport, okay? So on the phone, we wanna build authority for the doctor, you, in the patient's eyes. We wanna build trust, okay? So that when they call, they're like, hey man, I feel like I'm treated like royalty with this office. Awesome, I made the right decision, because there's a million other places they can go, right, docs? And then finally, rapport, okay? Your staff member that answers the phone, it's gonna be the same staff members that's gonna get out from behind the desk when the patient walks in, shake their hands and, hey, I'm Cindy, I talked to you on the phone. So nice to see you, how was the drive? Would you like to sit down and just kind of decompress for a sec? I can get you a glass of water. That's building rapport. That is building a relationship, and that is making a better quality patient for you when you get in the consultation room. So all that stuff, that is how to improve the quality of your leads from digital marketing. I hope this was helpful. I'm Dr. Vince. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. You see, this is good quality information, right? So don't forget to subscribe, because then you'll get notified when a new episode comes up. Also, hey, did you forget about that free training I had, the 5 Practice Profit Accelerators? Go check that out, chiropracticconsulting.co. It's a 30-minute training video. It is free, costs you a name and an email, but it's good stuff. It's going to help you improve the revenue in your practice. So this was episode 31, how to improve the quality of your digital marketing leads. I hope this was helpful. I'm Dr. Vince. I'll see you next week.